Hello and welcome one and all. This is Old School Gamer 1971 here. Millie, Lloyd, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. If you would, please like and comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Support the channel and help it grow. Today's thoughts is on Disney classics, Aladdin and the Lion King. I've been playing these games for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. Disney classics, Aladdin and the Lion King. Developed by Digital Eclipse, they are platforming games that came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019. It is a compilation of Disney platformers from the 16-bit era. Aladdin and the Lion King were in amongst the most popular and certainly were fun to play. At the time, every licensed game seemed to be a platformer, but to be fair, these were the creme de la creme. But to confess, at the time I never played these. Years later I tried them on emulator. But what I remember of them was them being on Games World. Man, I wish they would bring that show back. And these were featured quite often on the show. And whilst it never made a sale, for me at least, it imprinted on my brain enough for me to buy this compilation. Digital Eclipse is based in Emeryville, California. Established in 1992, the company's biggest successes has been commercial emulations of arcade games for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. They merged with Imagination to create Backbone. They later split into Other Ocean Interactive and relaunching Digital Eclipse. This is the latest in a long line of quality conversions, most of which I own, the PlayStation 4 ones anyway. The collections have been great and are good conversions. The museum stuff is interesting to delve into. The story is that of the movies, only in the written in between bits. The game plays as a traditional 2D platformer. By today's standards, this is not what we expect today, so be mindful of this before purchase. Also be mindful that it is like the platformers of old, so be sure of a difficult play. So are you up to the challenge? So is this Disney Classics or is this Disney Aslix? I'm sorry about that, that's the best I can do after midnight. It looks pretty fine, all things considered. This is not built from the ground up, but still looks good nonetheless. And whilst I would have liked it to have been done that way, from the ground up, this is a solid double pack. There is a difference between the games. It's not just in the graphics department either. The art style and movement are very different. This was not always so at the time of the game's initial release. Some games were literally new graphics on the same game. The game looks like it's a turbo edition. The graphics and animation look so smooth. It's nice to see the effort that's been put into these titles. The Afternoon collection was good and all, but it was exactly pixel for pixel replica of the NES titles.
It starts.
The soundtracks are fantastic and are recognisable to film fans and game fans alike. The authenticity to the original Mega Drive and SNES releases is shown here as well as the graphics. They have always had a flair for emulation. This may be their best work yet. Just like the graphics, they also cleared up the music and sound. At the same time, it fits in with the game and retains the feeling of the original titles. Again, this is all well done and I prefer it to the idea of the original movie soundtrack. To most people's train of thought, a 2D platform game, easy, right? Even easier if we're talking Disney. Wrong. Play this on hard mode and you're in for a real challenge. The controls are the same, but we've become reliant on saves and checkpoints. And whilst there is checkpoints here, this was 3 lives and then done. Certainly a harsh curve for gamers of today. The differences in gameplay is also worthy of a mention. There is an S mode. This is where they have sorted out all of the glitches. Back then there was no internet, so when you bought a title it was warts and all. This irons out a lot of those bugs, speeds up the gameplay and smooths it all out. In the sense of the movies, no, but in the gameplay department, hell yes. And yes, I do know way back when they probably was movie wise too. This was such a tough challenge back then and somehow feels even more so now. It's about knowing the levels and timing them just right. Back then it was common practice and feel that much of this has been lost on the platformers of today. Now give us the SNES Mickey Mouse games. I find these compilations great to look back at. They put into perspective how genres have changed over the years, some for the better and some most definitely for the worse. I'm hoping that this is the start of something of a series of compilations. What we have here is 2 of the best platformers from that era. There are other platformers available. Castle of Illusion, Mickey Mania and Fantasia all come to mind. However, it will be the sales that depend upon any further releases. I see that fans of the originals and gamers looking for a challenge only need apply, as it may be a little too tough for the uninitiated. We need more of this. We may be getting backwards compatibility, but you need to purchase the game first. In this case, it was never released for the PlayStation consoles. Games like this should not be lost to the annals of time. Here's to hoping for another compilation soon. So Disney Classics it most definitely is. If you are hearing this, you've made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you very much. Give it a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed the video. Please share as it helps the channel grow and improve. Enjoy your day one and all. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.